Yasko Guardiola on the attack. Uh, it is an offside anyway. I think it is an offside anyway, and Bournemouth's keeper, Kepa, kicking it long. I think City are just playing absolutely very well. Manuel Akanji, Ederson, now he's giving no look passes as well. Erling Haaland just couldn't get to that ball, and that's gone out. That's actually gone out. Again, I'm sorry that the last stream was disconnected. This just sums up City's season. To be honest, I, again the spacebar got pressed on the keyboard and it just ended abruptly there. Very sorry for that. Absolutely very sorry for that. Ruben Diaz with the ball. I mean, City have been very fluid. I mean, this first 12 minutes you have been very good. It's just we're not able to get that final pass, and that's just gone out. That's just gone out. Pep Guardiola looks a bit frustrated. He looked absolutely devastated after that FA Cup loss, as he should. I mean, because that entire loss was on him. The players he picked, everything. Ruben Diaz, Manuel Akanji, Bernardo Silva. I hope Rodri sees some minutes today, to be honest. That is excellent from Kovacic to get through the Bournemouth press. And Josko Guardiola with the run. I think Guardiola can pass it. He had a chance to pass it back. Honestly, I think he took a lot more time. City's rest defense, and the passing back, the passes forward, especially the way Kovacic is playing, it's been absolutely very good, to be honest. What a goal! What a goal that is! What a strike that is by Omar Marmoush! Wow! What a goal by Omar Marmoush that is! Wow! What a strike! What a strike from distance by Omar Marmoush! Wow! What an absolute beautiful strike by Omar Marmoush! What a beauty there. I mean, how did that even go in? What a talent Omar Marmoush is. Wow. Just give this guy the left-sided spot. Wow. What a strike that is. Omar Marmoush. I mean, how can you even score from there? Wow. That is just an insane strike. How can you even score from there? Wow. Omar Marmoush, you beauty. Wow. Not hit the bar and went in, but I would argue that's a wonderful technique there. Wow, fantastic that is from Omar Marmoush. Come on, City. Come on. Edison there collecting the ball. I mean, the way Kovacic and Bernardo Silva playing through the press is absolutely very, very good. Omar Marmoush, the way he's dropping deep, that pass was not good, but I think it's a free kick for Bournemouth, to be honest. But the strike from Omar Marmoush was just something else. He looks so relieved, he looks so himself when he's playing on that left. On the right, he doesn't look that good, but on the left, he just looks wow, absolutely insane. Edison again with a great catch, and he set City. It's not exactly a counter attack. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva, Nunez, and that's us, and that's a City free kick. Mateo Kovacic, Edison. Manuel Akanji. It's almost like Akanji, Diaz, and maybe I mean Kovacic is dropping back, and then Guardiola and Nunez are just getting higher. It's an interesting shape that Pep Guardiola is playing. It's either Kovacic or sometimes on Bernardo Silva. Gautam is here stream crash. It's my stream nowadays is almost going like City's season. City's match against Southampton. Gautam, my while doing this, I press the space bar on the keyboard again, and stream just shut down. It's similar to our match against Southampton. Everyone thought we'll win, but we just crashed it. Just accidentally press the space bar on the keyboard, and stream just shut down instantly, smoothly. Anyway, sorry for that, but the goal, Gautam, the goal from Marmoush was just superb, right? I mean, did you even think that he would score from there? That is just what an insane talent, what an insane goal that was. Exactly by Omar Marmoush. Gautam says, what a worldie, by the way. Omar has 7 goals in 14 games, all at home. Is it only in the Prem or in all competitions? I mean, all competitions in the sense I think there's only FA Cup that is there. Did Omar Varmu score anything in the FA Cup? I think it's in the Prem. So 7 goals in 14. Just look. I see this and I get even more angry with what Pep did at Crystal Palace. Why did he play Omar Marmoush centrally? were even drifted to the right and mostly centrally. Erling Haaland is through, Erling Haaland is through, Erling Haaland goes through. He's just forced a bit wide there. Marmoush. I mean, Marmoush on the left, it's almost like you'd leave a kid to play outside without any homework and all of that thing stuff. Just tell him just play all day. That's how Marmoush looks to me. If you ask him to play on that left, he just looks wonderful on that left, Omar Marmoush. Against Palace, that's what. Why did you have to play Marmoush centrally, Doku on the left, Savinho on the right, and all that shit? Ikai Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, the old control masters. I don't know why, but I feel the sense of peace before this game. There's a bit of a good feeling before today's home game. I don't know why. Kevin De Bruyne, I just couldn't take the ball. It was almost in his passing. Haaland almost scored a Korean drama goal. It was almost Korean master, Korean martial art kick there. Bernardo Silva. Gautam says Marmoush plays better as left inverted winger. He's perfect there as a left inverted winger, to be honest. Just imagine you have Marmoush on the left and I'm not even asking Rodrigo, Oscar Bob on the right. I think perfect. Both of I don't know what to do with Doku and Savinho. I don't even care. But I think it's almost perfect. Play Marmoush on the left and play Oscar Bob on the right. Oscar Bob before getting injured on the right as an inverted winger was just out of this world. I think if Haaland could he have headed it, I don't know. But I would love to see Oscar Bob there. But then questions will arise: what do you do with Phil Foden? Gagam says Doku is double-footed, so he can play. So he can play at the right. I think Doku at the right suits him as well. I think, to be honest, because Doku for me has one of those Raheem Sterling vibes, where Raheem Sterling, if you remember under Pellegrini, Sterling used to play on the left for us, where he used to cut in and do that stuff. But when Pep came, Pep told to Sterling, just don't care about anything, just run right at the defense. So that's why I think I've always thought Doku is suited more to the Bernardo Silva with the careless pass. So Doku is suited more to the right as well. Just that he needs to learn more of that near post runs and some far post runs and all of that which Sterling used to do. I think that would suit better, but Oscar Bob Doku, probably then you could shift Sabinho to the left. I think it's very interesting because Doku looks more suited at the right to me, and Sabinho for me at Girona had his breakout season playing on the left. Good clearance from Edison. So it's interesting to me. I think Sabinho on the left, Doku on the right. I mean, of course, Marmoush is your first choice, but then if you want to rotate, I never want to see Savinho on the right and Doku on the left again. Gautam says, I don't see Savio having a future unless he improves his finishing. That's an interesting thing, Gautam, actually, with Doku's finishing. Sitting on the attack here, Kovacic, good pass, Savinho, Haaland! Kevin De Bruyne. Woo! What is this? What is this? Oh, how can Kevin De Bruyne miss that? How can Kevin De Bruyne miss that, Gautam? How can Kevin De Bruyne miss that? Man, that was an open goal. Oh, Kevin. Oh my, Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, you seen that, Gautam? What was that? How could Kevin De Bruyne miss that? Ah, I still can't believe it that Kevin De Bruyne has missed that. Still cannot believe that Kevin De Bruyne has missed that. That for me gives me 2016 vibes. 2016 Manchester City versus Chelsea vibes. We were if you remember, we were 1-0 leading. Jesus Navas goal. I mean, I think it was given Gary Cahill own goal. I think we were leading 1-0, and Kevin De Bruyne has an open goal and hits the bar, and then Chelsea scored 2-3 goals after that. It was literally the title. Gautam says that gave me memories of Madrid match last year in extra time. But Gautam, that this is even, I think, yes, Madrid match, but even more similar to the Chelsea match 2016-17 under Pep Guardiola versus Antonio Conte. City were 1-0 up. Kevin De Bruyne had an open goal and he hit the bar like that. It was literally an open goal and he hit the bar like that. And Chelsea, Diego Costa scored, Hazard scored, Willian scored, I think. City lost that match. That was the title race then and there. Kevin De Bruyne. Gautam says yes. But how? Maybe the ball wobbled a bit. That's the only thing I would say. Uh, this season is just rewinding everything, right, Gautam? Last season, Madrid, exactly. Last season, Madrid extra time vibes as well. You're right, exactly. Madrid vibes, Chelsea vibes. I mean, this season is just rewinding everything. But Gautam, the finishing of Savio is interesting because for a brief part before we signed Savio, that season when Girona competed with Barca for the title and eventually finished third with Barca and Madrid for the title, finished third. I followed Girona's matches quite a bit because then we were linked to Savinho and Jan Couto was there and all of that stuff. And Savinho's finishing was it was good actually. It was very good. It was brutal, I must say. It was very good. He used to. I mean, the long shots he used to score were just outstanding. He had the Brazilian flair in his finishing. He would just finish like it was normal. It was a normal thing for him. That's how his finishing almost was. I don't know what happened this season. I actually do not know what happened this season, but they, I think it was Kevin De Bruyne's wife. I think they were almost recording that moment there, and you can just look at the reactions of everyone. Grealish, Rodri, everyone. That everyone expected the net to bulge over there. That was just like so. Savinho, I mean, his finishing is good, but I don't know what's happened to him. Literally, what's happened to him. He just cannot finish. But he's not a bad finisher to be honest per se. And and maybe Savinho might be the first one, but Gautam, I haven't seen what a ball that is. Oh, Edison almost can Haaland get to it. Edison almost with an assist. What an assist that would have been. I want to see Haaland running through just to see how his confidence is. But anyway, I've yet to come across a Brazilian whose whose finishing sucks, whose finishing is not good. I mean, you could say Anthony is there, but Anthony at Real Betis is doing very well. Anthony's finishing is, I mean, it's all got to do with Madrid. So I'm yet to see a Brazilian attacker per se whose finishing is not good, whose finishing sucks because I think it comes naturally to them the finishing and stuff. Yes, I see English players. There are a lot of them who struggle with finishing, but not Brazilian players. And I still remember the comments of Michel, the Girona coach there, who's very widely regarded. What Michel said was, "I'm yet to see a player who's good in one-on-ones, who's this good in one-on-ones after Vinicius Junior." He told that about what a touch there. I think that is from Omar Marmoush again. What a touch there. I think it's a City throw in. So I think I mean I think we need to give him one more season because we know what happens in Pep's first season. Anyways, Gautam says Foden has to play in the center. I think he has to. I think we need to give him chances in the center. What a switch that is! Matthews Nunez, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, Haaland almost got to that, but no. It's offside, anyways. It's offside. Gundo with the turn there. I think there needs to be a match where we need to see Haaland strike, Marmoush on the left, Bob on the right, and Foden in the center. I think after last season we did not see that because Foden in the center can actually be brutal, like we have seen last season. People say he's not good creatively, but last season Foden was in the top 1% in the league in terms of long passes and then short passes as well. So I think it's just a misconception that Foden's not good creatively and all. He's one of the best players in terms of his back to the goal. He makes those late runs into the box. His finishing is good. I think people have forgotten very fast his shots from outside of the box, how lethal they were. Gotham just, I would love to see Ashaveri at right as he can play at the right apart from attacking midfield positions. Club World Cup can be a good start. Bournemouth on the attack there. That's good defending. And it's offside. Van Nelson is offside. I think if we can, I don't know how much we can risk this season. I mean, sorry, next season. This season's almost over. I don't. Van Nelson hits the bar, but fair enough. De Bruyne hits the bar. Van Nelson hits the bar, but De Bruyne's chance was very easy. That was the difference, and this was a great attempt from Van Nelson. And Echeverry looked very, very good in terms of those half spaces and stuff. Erling Haaland, nice ball there from Omar Marmoush. Ikai Gundogan, Ruben Diaz, Matthews Nunez. Can he find Bernardo Silva? I think he'll go back to Ruben Diaz. And it does. Omar Marmoush loses the ball there. Actually, Gundogan loses the ball there. Bournemouth are on the attack. We need to get that second goal, guys. We need to actually get that second goal. JSK says, JSK, Zira, how are you doing, JSK? He says, good decision for letting De Bruyne go. Maybe not JSK, but who is your replacement? We are not getting words. So, JSK, could you tell someone as the replacement? Because you're surely not getting words. That's what I've been discussing with Gautam, to be honest. Who is your replacement? And also there was this list of 8 players or something that was released uh I think this Mike McGrath of the Times. Yes, he's actually reliable, of the Telegraph or Times, whatever it is actually very reliable. uh, I mean, what he said was City are still looking at to replace Kyle Walker at right back, and that is one of their priorities to replace Kyle Walker at right back. And the next thing, Eddie. What about that pass from Edison then, JSK? De Bruyne, ah, I think Gundogan's down as well. Cheskis' words is bind bound, we all know, but who will be the replacement? There are certain options floating around. JSK in the sense that Ford one is just keep Foden as a 10 and give time for Divine Musaka to grow. That is an option, or go for Danny Olmo, which I really do not want, or go for someone like a Xavi Simmons, or people are telling the option of Morgan Gibbs White, which I don't think a lot of us fans. I mean, a lot of us fans here we don't like Olmo, we don't like Morgan Gibbs White. So I think Xavi Simmons is the only solution. And also like Gautam said, Claudio Echeverri. Claudio Echeverri will be very Claudio Echeverri could play that role. I honestly think Foden and Echeverri will be enough, I think. Especially with the experience Foden has. What Foden is 24 now, if I'm not wrong. Phil Foden's got to that age, is no longer a young player coming through. He's 24 with I don't know how many ever appearances that he's had. So Phil Foden needs to step up if you ask me. They need to get a goal before the break. Bournemouth are dangerous. That De Bruyne miss again. I don't want to go into the last day of the season with a must win. JSK says trust Claudio Echeverri. Doesn't matter if we go trophyless next season. Ikai Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne recycles the ball. Kovacic, good switch there. Matthews Nunes, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Ah, Bernardo Silva scores! Woo! Bernardo Silva scores! Bernardo Silva scores! Wow! Wow! Come on, City! Bernardo Silva scores! 2-0. Just look at it. This is the Bernardo Silva which we all wanted to see this season. But alas, no. He's just shown up at the right moment. Bernardo Silva. Come on, City. Good from Matthews Nunes, I think, who didn't touch the ball. Let's see, was it Matthews Nunes who didn't touch the ball? Bernardo Silva there, Nunes. Ikai Gundogan with the assist and Bernardo Silva with the goal. Pity that I have removed Bernardo Silva from my fantasy team just this weekend and he scores. Let's see what's going on in the other match. Interesting Palaces leading 2-1. Eddie and Ketia scores twice. Gautam just Bernardo scores. Great goal, Gautam. It was like Erling Haaland, can he score? Can Erling, when will you score? That entire Bernardo goal, Gautam, was about Matthews Nunes, was about how Matthews Nunes. I mean, the way he received the ball and then afterwards his presence of mind not to touch it. It was all about Matthews Nunes. There, I mean, how vital has Matthews Nunes been in this race? How vital has Matthews Nunes been in this race for the top five, right? That Aston Villa goal, and then and then he surely had a little bit of part in this, though it will not be shown in the scorecard and stuff. Where do you reckon Gautam Matthews Nunes stands after this season? To be honest, I mean, is he good enough to be a starting right back, or is he a rotation right back? What is he? Because I think he's put in a number of world class performances. To be honest, he's grown into that role, which is very interesting. JSK is, by the way, what Liverpool is smoking to think they can get words. When I want some of that shit, JSK, whatever it is that makes them so much delusional. The Liverpool fans are speaking like we'll get Kirkes, we'll get Ryan Shakri, and we'll get Benjamin Sesko, and we'll get Florian Words. That's what they're thinking. Four signings seems, and they've already got Jeremy Frimpong, Ruben Diaz one on one against Justin Clivert. That's well defended. Diaz has been back to his best, to be honest, in the last 5 6 games. Gautam's is rotation right back, but he's certainly good enough, I think. But he's certainly is certainly good enough. Gautam says, I feel Vienna wants to include Mukasa next season. I think Gautam, it all depends on how do you go about in the transfer window. People speaking about words. I mean, when we were in the conversation with words, there was always this lingering doubt. I mean, I think we've discussed this once or twice here as well, that if we get words, what about Phil Foden's future? Because Phil Foden is not an 18-year-old kid breaking out from the academy. Phil Foden is right now 24. And I think we are looking for words, we are looking for Volmo, we are looking for Xavi Simons to be KDB's successor. But what Phil Foden isn't that the role Phil Foden was groomed for right from the academy to be a KDB successor right from 17 18 years old. He's come through the academy playing the central role. We know he won a trophy for us playing that central role. That's a free kick to City. That's a free kick to City. It's a harsh tackle on Yasko Guardiola. That's a free kick to City. So I mean, it's not like Phil Foden is just, people speak about Cole Palmer, how good Cole Palmer was for Chelsea last season. Okay, this season you can say Jackson injured, this and that, but last season people spoke about how good Cole Palmer was, but how good Phil Foden was for City. He scored double-digit goals and assists, if I'm not wrong. Phil Foden last season he won you the trophy on his own. Everton, you're down. He let you back in the game 1-0 down. Brentford 1-0 down, scores a hat trick. Manchester United 1-0 down, goes on and scores 2 goals. I think there were 6 games where he himself won you won you the match. He won you the title last season. So I'm like, Kevin De Bruyne, almost in. Erling! Don't know what where Erling Haaland was seeing, but that was almost a chance for him there. I think we need to trust on Phil Foden. Need to trust on Phil Foden, and there's always Claudio Echeverri. And then you can include Divine Musaka as well. Foden, Haaland was anyway offside. So I think that would be a super plan. Suddenly I've replaced De Bruyne with next to nothing with homegrown talent. I mean, and the second thing is that will just tell you how much of a trust you have on your academy. That will be a big seal of trust on the academy. So I think it will be interesting how they move in the transfer window. I will not be unhappy if they get Reinders, if they get a solid right back, if they get a world class. I mean, solid in the sense if they get a world class right back and a left back. Akanji does absolutely well there. And probably they get another midfielder like a Morgan Gibbs White. I would be very happy with that transfer window, to be honest. What a block that is! What a block that is! What a block that is! What a block that was! What a fantastic block that was! Who was it? Who was it with the block? What a fantastic block that was! I think it was was it Matthews Nunez? Yes, I think it was Matthews Nunez with a fantastic block. Wow, what a block that this is Matthews Nunez. Matthews Nunez has redefined this last 5-6 games in a way, has redefined the season for us Aston Villa. This game, there's another game I think where he was very good as well. He's just redefined this top five race, I think. Gautam says, I really like him. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, Divine Musaka, very highly rated. Jace Kazis and Danny Allman, Morgan Gibbs White should stay far away from the Etihad. Morgan Gibbs White, if he'll play as an 8, I'm all for it. An understudy to Reinders. I'm all for it. To be honest, because you just do not know what could happen. Hopefully, a Rodri type injury doesn't happen to our midfielders, but you just never know. Anything could happen, and that's half time. That's half time. It's half time. Well played, City. Well played. Although I think one more goal, we should have been one more goal up. I think. Anyways, Kevin De Bruyne excused for everything that you have given to this club. That miss is excused. Gautam says Morgan Gibbs White looks inevitable. I think it's Reinders and Gibbs White will be announced at once the season's over. I think. Just because his Phil Foden is done. Gautam says, well, Foden had a poor season, agreed, but so does Jude Bellingham and Vinicius as well. But haven't seen Madrid fans calling them out. I mean, the Phil Foden thing is, the dude has won you the Premier League on his own. Last season, if you just count the amount of matches, is won you on his own, literally on his own. The goals, the way he takes the ball, he is world class. Trust me, he is absolutely world class. He's better than Cole Palmer. I mean, again, comparisons are something that I don't like, but people telling Cole Palmer this, Cole Palmer that, I think Phil Foden is as much world class as Cole Palmer. If you personally ask me, is much more world class than Cole Palmer. The shots from outside the box that he was scoring and everything. Phil Foden has everything to be a world class player. Just give him that central position. And this season, he's faced multiple issues. It seems that he's been going through kind of a psychological issues and something family stress, and there have been multiple issues surrounding him. His mind is not clear, so I'll excuse him this season for what is done to us last season. So I mean, the guy's 24. If you do not trust Phil Foden now, then who will trust? If Pep does not trust, if he as a club don't trust Phil Foden now, then for what have you been grooming him for? You could have sold him for 100 million, Phil Foden. Right now, if you put him on the market, I think you get 100 million. There'll be 5 clubs ready to pay 100 million for him from England alone. Leave outside from England alone. You could have easily, so if not for the central role, if you want to play him on the right cutting in, I think you might have very well have sold him for 100 million and bought someone like a Rodrigo or someone who naturally plays that role. Phil Foden has been groomed for this very moment to be the hire of Kevin De Bruyne, and Divine Musaka will be groomed for that very moment to be Divine Musaka 16, 17. I think he'll be groomed for that very moment, just like how Phil Foden is for the next 7 years to be the heir when he's around 23, 24 to take on Phil Foden's role. This is what the academy is for. So just think, we need to trust Phil Foden giving the central role after that word saga and all. It could be a blessing in disguise for us, you never know. Bayaji is here. Hey Bayaji, how are you doing? Why this is Uncle Bernardo looks tired but got a crucial goal. Uncle Bernardo also got a crucial penalty last game. So Uncle Bernardo is suddenly onto it. Uncle Bernardo suddenly got a spanking from Pep, and Uncle Bernardo suddenly seems to be waking up. He's done all right, I think, Bayaji, to be honest, in this game. Uncle Bernardo, he's tracked back well. He's done everything. But for me in this match, the one player that has impressed me, I mean, two players I would say. One is Kovacic. The way he's receiving the ball under pressure, the ball carrying ability and everything is superb. And and the second one is Matthews Nunez. The goal for Bernardo Silva is the presence of mind there, the way he was there initially to receive the ball, the presence of mind there, and then not to touch it, and then Nunez was good in all of those actions, and then the defensive action crucially where he just puts in a fantastic block. Nunez has been very good, I would say. Baiji says Nunez, exactly, Baiji. Nunez putting in a shift out there. Are you watching Pep? Exactly, Nunez. That's what we were discussing a bit, Baiji, before you joined. That what could be Matthews Nunez' role next season? I mean, how do you see it? Gautam says rotational right back, and I sort of agree, but I think Matthews Nunez has the potential. Matthews Nunez has the potential to be a starting right back for City, to be honest. He has the potential. That doesn't mean start him next season, but for me, he has the potential to hold on to that role, to be honest. Because I think he's faster than you expect. His tackles are good. Being a CDM at Wolves and stuff, I think his tackles are good. His crossing is good. I think he has the potential to be there. Whether he gets there or not is another question, but certainly he's redefined this top five race for us. This Marmoush has 7, and only Mo Salah has 10, and I think we signed Isaac have more. I mean, it's interesting looking at that stat, guys, because people are telling Isaac has been in great form. I mean, Marmoush has debuted in January, sort of, right? So, I mean, people are telling Isaac has been in great form in that 2 3 months, right, in the winter. But Isaac just has one more goal than Omar Marmoush. Haaland was almost celebrating when Kevin De Bruyne got the ball onto that foot. Marmoush has been. Marmoush could end the season easily in double-digit goals. He has 7. I know that's a long hours, but he could. He has 7 goals in the Prem. He could strike a hat trick. You never know. One more goal here, 2 more goals next game against Fulham. Marmoush, for all you know, could score 10 goals in barely 10 games that is played. Superb. Gautam says today we are linked with Karkes. I don't know what do you think. What do you guys think about Karkes? But I don't want Karkes, to be honest, Gautam, because Karkes for me again is more of an offensive fullback. He's not a defensive fullback for me. He doesn't offer you that defensive nose, and we know how that ends in Champions Leagues when we had Cancelo, when we had Zinchenko play. I don't think Karkes I actually don't think Karkes can defend well. It's interesting. Liverpool have gone with two fullbacks who are perfect for the back four system. Sorry, back five system. I don't think they essentially have the defensive attributes to play in a back four system. Karkes is a liability defensively, I think. Gautam says Flamengo are waiting for an offer for Wesley at 40 million euros. City interested Wesley Franca. I know Wesley Franca, but Gautam, the thing is, what they've told is City want to find a solution for a right back this season. Mike McGrath, very reliable journalist, has told today, signing a right back is City's priority, one of City's top priorities this season, and City are very interested in Ashraf Hakimi. That is their number one choice, but then they know that Hakimi is literally unsellable. So Hakimi is literally unsellable. So they're looking at Livramento maybe, and then Wesley Franca. Again, I don't know. Brazilian right back, Brazilian attacking right back. I don't know how much time he'll take to adapt in the Premier League. I just do not know. I think fullbacks, left back and right back are a region which you cannot compromise on. I think you need to be absolutely sure about that quality, to be honest, before getting them. Gautam says, I want us to go for Karkez and Cambia. So Sharky available for 30 million. I don't think he's again a project, Gautam. I think Sharky is a project. I think instead of signing Sharky, I think you can run that project with Aisha Very. I think talent wise, yes, Sharky has been more in the headlines because Ryan Sharky is playing in the top European leagues, if I must say, and Echeverry has played in South American League. But talent-wise, I would even say that Claudio Echeverry is on par with Sharky, if not more talented than Sharky. Is on par with Ryan Sharky. So so I think if you have to sign a project, I think you continue with Claudio Echeverry rather than Cherki. And I think Claudio Echeverry is much better in small spaces. Is an insane is a monster in small spaces. There are very few players who can play like that in small spaces. Like Claudio Echeverry, and I think Claudio Echeverry's finishing is much better than Ryan Cherki's. So Cherki is still a project, but then I think Claudio Echeverry if all we want to go with is a project, I think we'll go with Claudio Echeverry there. Gautam says I want us to go for Carcase and Cambiaso. Cambiaso links a cool down interestingly. JSK says for right back, Cambiaso is the only option. JSK they've looked at Nicolo Savannah. Nicolo Savannah. If you guys remember, Juventus versus Man City. Nicolo Savannah played at right back for us, and he defended very well against Doku. He's very fast, but his weakness is He's very good on the ball. He's very fast. Defensively, he's very good, but his weakness is crossing. So I mean, they're cool. The interesting Cambia, so I don't know why. And now they're looking at Nicolo Savannah. But cities, it seems the city's top two targets are Hakimi and Livramento. And interestingly, the news from the inside is, which Mike McGrath tells us, they see that both are unsellable by their respective clubs. You're not going to get Hakimi. I think you're not going to get Livramento because Newcastle see Livramento as a successor to Trippier. Gotham says, as I have said before, Reinders and Morgan Gibbs White as our 2H with Rodri as CDM, our midfield will be sorted. Where is the creativity? That's another question, Gotham. Then where is the creativity? If Morgan Gibbs White and Tejani Reinders play as your 2Hs, where is the creativity? Probably you expect Morgan Gibbs White to give you the creativity, or probably I think then you go Liverpool way and have both of your fullbacks providing you creativity. JSK says, well, Marmoush also cost us the FA Cup, but I will trade FA Cup for top four, so no hard feelings. Again, JSK, I mean, Pep said he did not know Marmoush was gonna take the penalty, so I just think I just think giving a player like Marmoush the penalty on such an occasion and a final in Wembley, it was a mistake from Haaland because Haaland has scored those penalties a lot. I don't know why he wanted to give Marmoush penalty. That penalty. Okay, if Marmoush is out of form or if Marmoush is struggling for goals, Haaland wants him to take the penalty to regain his confidence. That's another thing. Marmoush has been scoring well. He's been in good goal scoring form. I don't. It was strange. It was strange to give Marmoush. I mean, the decision was as strange as when Hardik Pandya gave that last over MI versus GT to Deepak Chahar 14 to defend, when Hardik Pandya himself bowled the final over in the T20 World Cup in a couple of important matches. It's the same scenario there. I still don't know why Haaland didn't take it and Marmos took it. It would have been another case if De Bruyne took it. I wouldn't have minded. Okay, last game, for last final for City as a captain to Wembley. Take the penalty. Bhaiya, this is fullback should be the priority this window. But Bhayaji, who are the fullbacks? Can you just uh But who are the fullbacks, Bayaji? Can you just name the fullbacks? Because at right back we're struggling. Like Gautam mentioned, Wesley Franca is an Wesley Franca is the only one. Wesley Franca is there. Cambiaso, maybe Nicola Savannah is there. I'm not excited as much by Wesley Franca because unknown quantity again. If Pep has scouted him and all, then we do not know. Pep likes him. Pep has more inputs than we do not know. But Wesley Franca, I don't know. Nicolo Savannah, honestly, he doesn't cross well. Again, I do not quite like that. Cambias was the one like Gautam mentioned, and like JSK also mentioned. I think Cambias was the one which I actually love. Bayaji says, all I want to see is a proper balanced squad next season and let players be in their natural positions. FA Cup final, Bayaji, FA Cup final. If Pep Guardiola would have played them in their natural positions, he would have one more FA Cup and one more Champions League. That's what Pep is. Reinders, Tejani Reinders. Just keep that name in mind, everyone, because what a signing. I just hope that signing happens, and what a signing it would be. Rodri and Reinders midfield would just be insane. I think with Rodri and Reinders midfield, you could pretty much play Pep Guardiola as your attacking midfielder, or Scott Carson as your attacking midfielder, and still do wonders. Bayaji says, Eshevari punished for shooting the target instead of a back pass. How dare he? There's there's another player as well, Bayaji, who was punished like that. Matthews Nunez. I mean, Nunez started this game, but Nunez didn't start the FA Cup final. Nunez didn't start the game against Southampton as well, if I'm wrong. And Nunez didn't start the game before as well. So Nunez, I mean, after that Aston Villa goal, what are the matches Nunez started? How many matches he started? I think he started one of the last three or four matches after that Aston Villa goal. How dare Nunez score the winner? Don't start him. And I was surprised by it that it didn't bring on James McAtee in that FA Cup final because throughout the FA Cup, McAtee scored a lot of crucial goals for you as well. So I don't know about that as well. As bringing Echeverry was good, but he should have brought on James McAtee as well. And also guys, there's this school of thought. I forgot to what a stupid pass that is. Anyway, Guardiola as well. And it's a throw-in facility. Yeah, there's another school of thought that instead of Omar Marmoush, Pep Guardiola should have substituted Erling Haaland and then brought on Claudio Echeverri in that FA Cup final against Crystal Palace. Because until Erling Haaland was there, your Mark Guehi and everyone were just man marking him. But once you send Marmoush to the left and then Claudio Echeverri or play both of them as two strikers or whatever. I think there's no target to mark there, which means that it would have been more fluid for City, and then you involve Kevin De Bruyne as well, so it would have been more fluid for City. So that's a school of thought that Pep got his subs wrong in the FA Cup final, anyways. That's a long ball to whom? I don't know. That's good defending from Manuel Akanji. Matthews Nunez on the ball. His was put in a world class performance until now. Matthews Nunez Just seems that he's just so focused on learning that position in training. Matthews Nunez, Manuel Akanji, Nunez just looks world class in that position. And he seems to have ironed out those small mistakes that he would have had, that he had, for example, in that match against United. But we need to get the third goal just to feel safe and secure. Kovacic, that is wonderful from Mateo Kovacic there. This is brilliant from Mateo Kovacic there. I mean, him alongside Rodri again or alongside a very good DM will just be superb there. Kovacic, him playing as a lone DM, I don't know. Kevin De Bruyne, Nunez, Kovacic. Bournemouth on a counter attack here. Again, excellent defending there from Matthews Nunes. Wonderful stuff from Matthews Nunes. It's just truly been world class. It's been absolutely world class. And he's given one to the Bournemouth player as well. Nunes again. Nunes one on one. Matthews Nunes one on one. His defensive positioning has improved throughout the season, to be honest. Early on, when he started playing it right back, he was suspect, but it's just improved a lot. Just look at that again. Good defending there. That's a free kick to City. I'll just drink a bit of water and come. Manuel Akanji back to Edison. Omar Marmoush, can he switch it? He plays it back to Josko Guardiol. Sorry, Ruben Diaz. Ilkay Gundogan. It was Guardiol indeed. No, it was Ruben Diaz. Now it's Josko Guardiol. That's a foul on Guardiol there. I think we need to go for the next goal and then close the match out, I think. Goal difference might be important. I know we're way ahead of Villa, but just in case, that's a foul on Ikai Gundogan. Card referee, where is the card on Semenyo? They're not giving him any card at all. Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, throw in for City. Gundogan just looked so much more active in this half. In the last half, I thought he was a bit more passive, looked rusty as well. And him and Kovacic this match have just been superb. I mean, interesting to see when he brings Rodri in. When he brings Rodri in, I mean, how many minutes? I suspect he'll not give Rodri more than 5 minutes. I know Pablo Zabaleta is there. Welcome, legend Pablo Zabaleta. What would Pep take to have Pablo Zabaleta as a right back right now in the system? Erling Haaland in there. Wow, what a right back he was. Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne in there. I mean, Haaland is just itching to get that goal. I don't know if Haaland will get the goal or not. I have him in my fantasy team, so it would be fantastic for him to get that goal. Kevin De Bruyne, corner can be expect a Erling Haaland header on this, and I think it's offside on Ruben Diaz, to be honest. Gotham says, well, Robinson from Fulham is another fullback option we can explore. Matthews Nunes, the ball went out anyway. It's interesting, Robinson just thing with Anthony Robinson is I think Anthony Robinson is very interesting. That I mean, I think he perfectly fits a profile. He's around 27. I think he'll be around 28. He's around 27, 28. So I think age is something that probably will. I mean, well, you can argue 28 is okay for a defender, to be honest, especially a fullback. He can give you next 4 5 years and more. I don't know why we have not gone for that Robinson route, to be honest, because he's one of the best fullbacks in the league. Just don't know why we have not gone for that Robinson route. His crosses are just superb. Look at the cross of Kerkez there. Wow, what a cross. What a cross that was from Kerkez there. Just look at it. Just look at the crossing ability of the guy. Defensively, he might not be good, but attacking wise, wow. That is even better than what Robinson used to deliver. No, I'm sorry, what Andy Robertson used to deliver in his prime for club. That is just superb from Karkes there. Ryan Aitnouri is another one, Gatam, whom we are apparently looking at. Look at that. Kovacic getting the ball and just running through and Erling Haaland there. Kovacic, I mean, standing beside Ederson, taking the ball and running through is superb there. Gotham says, is there a certain. I don't think Ize can play 10 Gotham, to be honest. I think Ize is more of. Uh, I think Ize is more of a player, behind the striker sort of a player rather than as an out and out 10. I don't think Ize can. I know he's very good in small spaces and all, but just don't think he has that as much creativity. I think as to replace a Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, not to play as a number 10 for City. I don't know. I think if you're going for Eze as a 10, I think probably Foden. would be suited for that role. No. But for me, I've always seen Isa as a player. I know for Palace he plays that role a bit, but I've always seen Isa as a player who, who whose best position is behind the striker, and then he makes those runs into the box and stuff. It's almost like you're getting a little bit of a like for like for Phil Foden, to be honest. Matthews Nunez one on one. I think we must not let Bournemouth score here. Good shot from Semenyo. Just gone out. What do you think about Ryan Aitnouri, to be honest, Gautam? What do you think about Ryan Aitnouri? He's been linked to us. He's actually being linked to us. He's just 23 years of age and he's got 4 goals and 7 assists in this season for Wolves. I know he's played a bit further, but I think it's literally everywhere right now. I thought it was just a small piece of news, uh, but yeah, I think City are definitely interested in Ryan Aitnouri, so it'll be very, very interesting how it goes. But for me, I think Ryan Aitnouri is defensively is very good as well with his offensive attributes. I think Aitnouri would be a perfect Pep Guardiola fullback. Josko does exceptionally well there. Wow, what a player. So I think I would be delighted to have Ryan Aitnouri as a left back, and then Nico O'Reilly can grow. I don't know what position Pep wants to groom O'Reilly for because he's looked very good in that left back role, to be honest. But I don't know. So Aitnouri at left back and probably someone like I don't know at right back. I would actually rate if we sign Ryan Aitnouri. I think I would rate the Aitnouri signing at a much higher level than Karkes, to be honest, just because of the defensive ability of Aitnouri. One on ones is just very good. Switch the ball. Bernardo Silva, can you switch the ball? He's just brought the clock back down because there was a moment there was a match I think against Liverpool where Bernardo was surrounded by Firmino, Mane, and I'm sorry, Fabinho, Van Dijk, and who was that? I think Wijnaldum and all, and dribble past everybody. He almost reminded you of that today. Josko Guardiola, Ilkay Gundogan, Mateo Kovacic. Rodri is warming up there, is running, good to see him. I reckon 15 minutes. What do you say, Gautam? They watch us, so I think 15 minutes. Please, Pep, substitute him with 15 minutes to go. That's our suggestion. Now, let's see what Pep does. Bernardo Silva. Akanji does well. Josko Guardiola. Gautam says Rodri warming up exactly. That's what I've mentioned to Pep. Get him on with 15 minutes to go because we know that he watches us. Nunez run back, Nunez run back, Nunez run back, Nunez run back. What a run from Matthews Nunez there. Look at it. What a brilliant track back there from Matthews Nunez. What a fantastic run from Nunez there. Wow. Nunez pace is just so underrated. Gautam says, finally, my favorite is up where he belongs. You're mentioning about Rodri, right? If I'm not wrong. Ryan Aitnauri or Rodri. Oman Marmoush, Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland, can he score? Erling. No, Erling Haaland, what a turn. That is from Erling Haaland. Gautam says Rodri FC. Yes, Rodri FC. He'll come on, Gautam, with 15 minutes to go. What do you think about itinerary, Gautam, by the way? Because we have been linked to him a lot. Been linked to him a lot. So interesting to know what your opinion is. I reckon we're gonna get him. I have that feeling we're gonna get itinerary. Wow. Almost went in from Omar Marmoush. Imagine Marmoush and Foden playing together with those long shot abilities. That will be insane. And Rodri as well. Wow, outside of the box. Tejani Reinders. Next season, Rodri lethal from outside the box. Tejani Reinders lethal from outside the box. Marmoush lethal from outside the box. Phil Foden lethal from outside the box. Wow, how many players will we have who are lethal from outside the box? Kevin De Bruyne with the corner. Hope Haaland hits it in. Not a good corner, to be honest. What a switch, good switch. That switch wasn't easy. The switch between two players. That switch wasn't easy. Manuel Akanji. Good pass from Kovacic. Very good pass from Kovacic. Gundogan. Recycle it. That is well done. Gundo. Very well done. Very well done by Gundo. That is wonderful. That is what Gundogan was like when he was in prime. Gautam says Ryan is a decent left back and his numbers are also very good, Gautam, to be honest. 7 assists and 4 goals this season. I think they are very good for a defender, to be honest. 7 assists and 4 goals for a defender are almost. I know he's played in advanced positions for Wolves this season, but he has the defensive ability. One on ones is actually very good in one on one defending. For me, whenever I and he's just 23 years old. But whenever I see right now, I almost get the feeling of seeing Anthony Robinson before he joined Liverpool at Wolves. Sorry, not at Wolves. He was at Hull, I think, if I'm not wrong. Andy Robertson. Is it a red? It's a red for Kovacic. My God, it's a red for Kovacic. Ah, game turned. Gautam, game turned. The twist in the game. It's a red for Mateo Kovacic. My God, it's a red card for Mateo Kovacic. I think Guardiola just sold Kovacic down the river there. It's Josko Guardiola's mistake. I'm sorry. It is Josko Guardiola's mistake. He just sold Kovacic down the river. And now Kovacic cannot play against Fulham as well, I think. Bad pass from Josko Guardiola. Guardiola just sold. Guardiola just sold Kovacic down the river. JSK says, how the fuck that was a red? JSK last man. Denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity. Kovacic was the last man there. It was a clear denial of a goal scoring opportunity. That's why it was a red. It was Josko Guardiola who sold him down the river. I'm sorry. Kevin De Bruyne last home game for him in a City shirt. Though I hope there some deal can be worked out between City and him. I don't think will be. Let us see. But what a great servant for the club, Kevin De Bruyne. What a player. The best midfield player ever to play in the Premier League. He is at the level of Zinedine Zidane in the all-time midfield players. He's that good. JSK is now only one way. Park the fucking bus. Nico Gonzalez has come on. That's why to park the bus. If we can score one more goal, JSK, I think it will be very, very good. Anderson has kicked it straight to Kepa, the Bournemouth keeper. Come on, let us play a contest here. Guys, next 10 minutes, no goals. We will not concede any more goals till the 80th minute. Come on. It was Josko Guardiola's mistake. Nothing that Kovacic would have done, ideally. Could have done. Now the question is, should you have let... Now the question is, should you have let the striker go one-on-one with the keeper and kept City with 11 men? Or is this fine? We will not know till the end of the match. If it was in the first 10-15 minutes, I think you probably let the striker go one on one because you do not want to get reduced to 10 men there. But here it's kind of a tricky situation on 65 minutes, to be honest. I probably will prefer Jack Grealish here as well because he know how to win. He knows how to win fouls more and more. It's a Bournemouth throw. City should not press too high because we're down to 10 men. I don't know how Guardiola could even play that pass to Kovacic. That was such a reckless pass. It just turned the tie all around now. Erling Haaland as well there. I think It's a red. It's a red for Bournemouth as well. It's a red for Bournemouth as well. Now it is 10 versus 10. Wow, it's a red for Bournemouth as well. Oh, I think Nico Gonzalez has done a lot of damage. I think is it Nico Gonzalez? Exactly, Gautam. Bournemouth also man down, but is what sort of a tackle was it? I mean, ah, that's clearly almost broken him there, broken his leg there. I think it is Nico Gonzalez who's gone in there. I think it is Nico Gonzalez there. It's Nico Gonzalez, yes, because now game is even. Exactly, now game is even. But I think Nico Gonzalez is injured. I think it could be a severe injury to be honest. But Nico Gonzalez and Bournemouth coach is still arguing. Iriola is still arguing. What we will do is we will even have that challenge on Iriola as well, and then we will see if he'll argue or not. Andre Iriola, that's a red. Even Lewis Cook is not arguing. That's a clear red. That's an absolute clear red. I don't know what the coach is arguing about. That's a clear red. Two reds. I think it's the first time I'm seeing two reds on the scorecard. I don't remember any instance, especially in a City match like this. I think good to see Nico Gonzalez warning there. Ah, that tackle just looks so bad. It looks absolutely so bad. It absolutely looks so bad there. Yes, because he's up exactly he's up good thing, but the tackle is so bad. Now 10v10 for 15 minutes. Wow. Haven't seen a 10v10 game in a long time. Gautam says, well, what position Nico will play next season? I mean, I think he'll play box to box and also he'll play that DM role. I think he'll be covered for Rodri and also he'll play box to box. I think those are the only two roles I can. Yes, I think that's how he'll play next season. I think. I mean, he's adapted into everything that we wanted Calvin Phillips to be in the space of what 3 months. Calvin Phillips couldn't do it in 2 years. I think he's a perfect understudy for Rodri. And also Nico Gonzalez is not that old as well, if I'm not wrong. I don't know how you play a 10v10 game. To be honest, how the tactics will be, I just don't know. But City are just looking to keep the ball right now. But I see Nico Gonzalez playing more of a box to box role as well. I think because for Porto, Nico Gonzalez was not always an out and out CA DM, but he played the central midfield role. And I think a lot of people still say that box to box role is still one of his best roles. JSK says Rodri was shit at City in the first season. Nico is way better than Rodri in the first 2 seasons, in the first half of the season. But then I think JSK the comparison is a bit unfair because why are we still doing this playing out of the back shit even with 10 men there? This is just insane. That's a free kick for City. Well done. I think yes, it's very unfair to compare Nico Gonzalez with Rodri because Rodri came from Atletico Madrid and all of that stuff. But Nico Gonzalez was a La Masia graduate. I think Nico Gonzalez got a few games at Barcelona as well, and then Xavi thought he was not good, and then they sold. sold him to Porto and all of that. So Nico Gonzalez is played in that system of Barcelona, of La Masia, and also he exactly knows what Pep Guardiola wants. It's almost like Eric Garcia. I think Eric Garcia became the captain. I mean, at least in the cup games, like in 8 9 months, and in a year of his coming in, he was just 19 years old. That La Masia education, it just helps you a lot in terms of identifying what Pep Guardiola wants. This is wonderful there from Nunez. Just and I think that was one of the reasons why Pep specifically great closing down from Erling Haaland. And I think that was one of the reasons why Pep specifically went for Nico Gonzalez because he can start straight away, and we were having a crisis of sorts there at DM at that time. If you remember, we lost 4-5-1 against Arsenal and all. It's an interesting game actually. 10v10. Haven't watched City play a 10v10 to be honest. Watched City been down to 10 men, opponent been down to 10 men, but did not see 10v10 in a long. I don't even remember City play a 10v10 game to be honest. Erling Haaland does extremely well there. Erling Haaland, that's a foul. Tavernier is arguing. I don't know what he's arguing about. That's a clear foul. I think Omar Marmoush will take this. This is dicey. This is very dicey. Omar Marmoush will take this. This is very dicey, guys. Omar Marmoush will take this. Perfect range for Omar Marmoush. Kevin De Bruyne speak. I don't know what is speaking. It's Stefan Ortega. Gautam says Rodri coming on. They listen to us, Gautam. They listen to us. Seven with without 15 minutes to go, but due to all of this red cards and all of that stuff, he's 5 minutes late. But Rodri coming on to control everything. Wow. Omar Marmoush with a free kick. I reckon Marmoush scores here. I reckon Marmoush scores here. Ah, couldn't get it low. We started a challenge at 70th minute that for the next 10 minutes we will not concede a goal and mission successful. Now for the next 10 minutes till the 90th minute we will not concede a goal. Bernardo Silva, excellent tackling back and excellent defending. Bernardo Silva there. Bernardo Silva is just superb today. Yosko. That is wonderful from Yosko Guardiola getting us a throw in. Rodri coming on. I reckon in place of Gundogan. Number 16 is out. Erling Haaland. No goal for him today. Gautam says, now we'll show how to control the game. The Ballon d'Or winner is coming on. The Ballon d'Or winner is coming on. The best CDM in world football is coming on. This is the best player in world football right now. That's why he's won the Ballon d'Or. Number 16, Rodri. Rodri Hernandez. Wow. Bournemouth Kirkes is going off. The best midfielder in the world is playing now after after a horrific injury. I think Bernardo Silva Marmoush is playing. I mean, there's no striker to be honest. Both Marmoush and Bernardo Silva are playing as two false nines, you reckon, and I do not think Pep, you need a striker right now. Thus, being 2 goals up. Semenyo, come on, will not concede another goal till the 90th minute. Come on. Nunez, one on one, come on. They've done well, it's done very well there. Good defending there. Very Rodri. Good defending there from Rodri over there. Can Omar Marmoush run onto it? His run onto it. Omar Marmoush is lethal in this one-on-one situations. He's absolutely lethal in this one-on-one situations. He's been crowded out there, but look at it. He's very, very good in these situations. I'm just having one eye on the clock now. Akanji showing his turn of pace. He should have just let the ball run out, but anyway. I think Semenyo's always played on the right in this game. For a moment, I thought he switched sides, but no. Nunez, go out. Do not allow the cross to come in. Come on, Nunez, go out. Come on. Gundo, come on. Rodri, why is it looking like they are playing with a man up? Why are we defending so deep? It's not a 10v11, right? It's 11v11. Sorry, it's a 10v10. That's well defended and it's a corner for Bournemouth. Well done from Bernardo. I think corners are one of the most dangerous, especially when you're a man down, but then they are also a man down, which evens it up to be honest. Rodri, come on. Cannot concede on this. Ah, Kundo tried his best. Nico tried his best to set that counter attack up. Just he just cannot seem to get out of Bournemouth's press here. Bournemouth's press is turning intense. What do you reckon, Gautam? What do you reckon? We're just not able to get out. Please get out. Keep the ball. Play with the ball. We're just not able to get out. Can City fulfill the challenge? Not concede until the 90th minute. That is well done. I think Marmoush is running through. Omar Marmoush is running through. Omar Marmoush. Uh, I think he should have just taken the ball away from the keeper there. Almost. Interesting is taken of Erling Haaland here. I reckon interesting is taken of Erling Haaland here because I thought when you are in that defensive phase, I think Haaland's physicality and all will help you so much. And it was interesting he took off Marmoush in that Crystal Palace FA Cup game when I really thought he should have Travanier, what an idiot he is. What a little prick he is. A great run there. What a goal! Nico Gonzalez finishes it off. Nico Gonzalez, first Premier League goal. Come on, Nico. That's how you do it in style. Come on, Nico Gonzalez. What a goal that is. Wow. Wow. He could have passed it, but it's just gone through and he shot it. Wow. What a goal that was from Nico Gonzalez. Wow. 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 Fantastic goal. Woo! Great goal there from Nico Gonzalez. The 1-2s were really superb. Gautam Lama Sia product finishes it off. Omar Marmoush, Matthews Nunez. The assist that was the assist from Matthews Nunez, and he's done it very well there. That one little 1-2 between Nunez, Marmoush, and then Matthews Nunez with another assist. And the finish is absolutely sublime. What is this with the CDM City boys? Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez, Rodri, now Tejani Reinders we buy him. Gundogan, everyone are monster finishers. Their finishing is just outstanding. Wow, what a goal! Woo! Fantastic goal, Nico Gonzalez. Now what does Marcus Tavernier say? What a little prick that Marcus Tavernier guy was. JSK says, let's get Fermin Lopez. Barca will not sell. I think Barca will definitely not sell. Let's keep a clean sheet now. That's it. 90 minutes, no goal conceded. Challenge is also done. I'll just look at the assists that Matthews Nunes is. Interesting. Matthews Nunes 25 matches, 5 assists, 1 goal. It's 6 minutes of added time, but 5 assists, 1 goal. Actually, it's very decent for a right back, to be honest. Five assists, 1 goal is actually very good. I think he's got 1 or 2 assists from the right wing, but in general, I think uh, it's good. Gautam says Bob also coming on. Oh, I have not seen it. Oscar Bob is also coming on. Wow. Finally, we are back. Yes, yes, Gautam. That vibe is back. I don't know why. I think we were discussing before. At the start of this match as well, that some of today feels very good. Jeremy Doku is coming on. Silva, Gundogan, Marmoush are going off. Jeremy Doku is coming on. Oscar Bob is coming on. JS says they have to sell one big name to generate money for transfers. It's definitely not Yamal, Pedri, and Rafinha. So for right price, we can get him. Again, my only question, JSK, here is we get Fermin Lopez, but is Fermin Lopez an upgrade on Phil Foden? On the hair for Kevin De Bruyne, we already have. Because if you ask me about Florian Wirtz, Phil Foden, I won't say Wirtz is ahead of Phil Foden. Definitely is up there with that talent. This thing, but Fermin Lopez, I just don't know his at that level. I know his I've seen him play and stuff, but I don't. Is he an upgrade? Is he better than Phil Foden? No, because that is very important for me because then that will block the development of Phil Foden because he's 24 years old. He will be expecting chances right now. So So I think that's the real question. I mean, if you personally ask me, I would give that role to Foden and Aisha like we discussed before, and see what happens from there. Because with the midfield of Rodri and Reinders, it's not going to be very bad. With Haaland ahead of you, with Marmoush on the wing, it's not going to be as bad as people think. Definitely not as bad as this season. Just because I can't trust Phil Foden, to be honest. Especially after the stinker of this season looks like a Rashford case. I think we are just being too harsh on him, JSK, to be honest. Because great defending by Manuel against wonderful defending. Because he's won your Premier League all on his own. I think 7 or 8 matches has got you back single-handedly, scoring hat tricks and stuff. Rashford has never done that. Rashford in his as Rashford played around 10 seasons for United, if I'm not wrong, maybe a little more than that. 10 full seasons, I think. Rashford, how many seasons has Rashford consistently performed for them? Or has won them anything single-handedly? He hasn't. He hasn't. Rashford has been hot and cold, but Foden's not like that. He's always put the club before him. How many times has Phil Foden played false nine, right wing, left wing? But Rashford, the moment has not given him his preferred position, he's out. Arfield has not done like that. For 7 years, he's waited. Literally, at 17 years old, he's come into the first team, and for 7 years, literally, he's waited for that central spot. So I think my thing is, if we do not believe in the academy at this time, who will? I mean, this one thing of showing trust in the academy can really bring out your next Gabby's, Pedri's, Yamals out of the academy. It's just the show of trust that they need in them. That's all. If you ask me, that's why I think I will give that chance to Phil Ford, and just because he's waited for 7 years. Jeremy Doku, Gautam says Doku is playing it right. Pep listens to our stream talks, especially regarding Doku for sure. He listens to it, Gautam. He listens to it. Evanelson is through. Bournemouth score. Who's it who scores? Again the back pass. Again the back pass. Who the fuck had given that back pass? Matthews Nunez, just praising him. Both are fullbacks giving back passes. Kovacic with that back pass. Sorry, Guardiola with that back pass, and now Nunez. It's fine, but still, it doesn't matter anyway right now. It just doesn't matter. Just look at Rodri controlling the game. Look at why he's the best CD, and they're just not able to get the ball off him. Gautam says it's Nunez's mistake and Ruben couldn't cover it. But coming on to Doku, who's playing it right back, listens to a stream talks. He does regarding Doku, and definitely does regarding Doku, and that one goal didn't matter, and we get the 3 points. We needed 4 points of the next two games, and we get 3 points here. Now we need a draw at Fulham. We need a draw at Fulham now. That's what I was thinking. If we got those 2 points at Southampton, our qualification would have been secured tonight. But we need a draw at Fulham. But good that Rodri is starting. Rodri needs to start probably. Good that Rodri played today and got some minutes. But I think Rodri needs to start on against Fulham for sure because there's no Kovacic. I don't think he goes with Nico Gonzalez. I think Rodri starts against Fulham. I'll be pissed off if he puts a Crystal Palace midfield there. I think Rodri starts against Fulham, to be honest. But again, fantastic result. I would say fantastic result. I think there was this dialogue and probably score, or right at taking the red card. I think if it's the second half of the game, this is my feeling. 60th minute, past the 60th minute, you take the red card. If it's somewhere in the first half or just the second half, starting until the 60th minute, I think you concede the goal. And I think Kovacic has done the right thing there by pulling him off. And Rodri couldn't do that at the end. Sorry, Diaz couldn't do that at the end because then he'll be suspended for the next game. Gautam says it's Nunez's mistake and Ruben couldn't cover it. I mean, I saw Kyle Walker make these kind of mistakes early on in his first season with us. That focus-related mistakes where he would put in a world-class performance, but a mistake here and there. And I think that is one thing which Guardiola and Nunez probably should look to sort out. But I think apart from that, it's been a fantastic match. Marmoush great. I mean everyone great. But for me, okay, Nunez did that last mistake. But for me, the man of the match is Matthews Nunez. To be honest, Kova played well, but Nunez was excellent in the duels. He won every one-on-one. I think he was very good in terms of positional play. I mean, there was one phase where he had to sprint back, and he just put in the yards, and he just snatched the ball of Tavernier. I think it was of the left. So Nunez was absolutely fantastic in there. But anyway, guys, I mean, it seems that City fans have. It seems that all of us think that we are getting Tejani Reinders because I didn't see it as keenly, but Bayaji has named Tijani Reinders as Rajender. It's not Reinders, it's Rajender. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Seems that we have already got to name Tijani Reinders, and I reckon we will get him anyway. Just see what happened in that previous game as well. Palace and Wolves, interesting 4-2. Iza scores in the 86th minute, which means I'll get some fantasy points. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me, and what a match it was! Wonderful match, and City won it. Anyway, see you all and take care. Thank you, Gautam, JSK, and Payaji for joining me. It's as always, it's been a pleasure doing the stream in your company, and